Imagine spending all your time and energy trying to win someone's respect, only to feel it slipping further and further away. You've been told that kindness, effort, and grand gestures will make people see your worth. But what if I told you that might be exactly what's causing respect to fade? In this series, we're going beyond the surface, peeling back the layers of what it truly means to be respected, not just in relationships, but in every corner of life. And no, it's not about manipulation, playing games, or even about winning anyone over. It's about a much deeper, more profound kind of strength, a strength that comes from within. We're talking about self-respect, the foundation of personal power. Self-respect isn't just an idea. It's a way of life, a mindset, and an unwavering commitment to valuing yourself above all else. So if you're ready to reclaim your power and finally feel the respect you deserve, hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. This series will transform not just your relationships, but the way you view yourself. Part 1. Recognize the issue. Understanding the respect dynamics. Let's talk about where respect begins, and for many people, where it's often lost. Are you putting someone else's opinion on a pedestal? Are you going out of your way, bending over backward, thinking it'll bring them closer? When you do this, you're sending a very clear message that their approval is worth more than your self-respect. Think about it. Every time you sacrifice your own needs, neglect your goals, or invest more than you should in someone else's happiness, you're teaching them that your value depends on their validation. Here's the truth. The more you give while expecting them to see your worth, the more you're actually surrendering your own self-worth. This behavior may feel natural, especially if you've been taught that love means selflessness. But constantly seeking someone's validation at the cost of your dignity only leads to one thing: loss of respect, both from them and from yourself. Here's where Stoic philosophy comes in handy. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius believed that while we can't control others, we absolutely can control our response to them. This response is where your journey to self-respect begins. Ask yourself, are you doing things for others out of genuine kindness? Or are you secretly hoping they'll validate you in return? Reclaiming respect starts with self-awareness. Take a moment to recognize the pattern. Once you can see it, you're already on your way to breaking free from it. Part 2. Withdraw the excessive attention. So you're ready to reclaim your power? One of the first steps is to pull back on the excess. Think of all the time, energy, and attention you're giving away. Imagine redirecting it to yourself. This isn't about punishing anyone or giving them the silent treatment. It's about focusing on what you can control, your own actions. When you stop spending energy on proving yourself, you regain control. You're no longer someone's emotional crutch, their constant source of admiration, or their endless supporter. Let's get practical. Try it this week. Instead of texting, calling, or going out of your way, pull back just a bit. Use that time to do something fulfilling, something for you. It could be hitting the gym, learning a new skill, or reconnecting with friends. You'll be surprised by how good it feels to center your attention back on yourself. When you draw back some of your attention, the power dynamic shifts. Suddenly, you're not the person who's always available, always proving your worth. You're someone who knows their value without seeking approval. And in that moment, you take back your power. Part 3. Displaying indifference as strength. Now, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood principles of self-respect: indifference. And no, indifference doesn't mean being cold or unfeeling. It's about emotional stability, about not letting someone else's actions dictate your happiness or your sense of worth. Picture this. You're in a situation where someone's disrespecting you. Most people would respond by trying harder, more gifts, more gestures, more attention, in the hopes that this person will start showing respect. But the truth is, all this does is reinforce their behavior. Indifference means you don't react emotionally. If they're distant, disrespectful, or dismissive, don't react. Remain calm, collected. Indifference isn't about ignoring someone, it's about not giving them the power to disrupt your peace. Real-life applications and practices. Here's a practice you can try. The next time someone says something that triggers an emotional reaction, pause. Count to 5, take a deep breath, and respond only when you feel calm. Over time, you'll find that you're able to remain steady even when others try to push your buttons. When you start embracing this form of indifference, you'll notice a change. They'll see that you're not someone easily swayed by games or manipulation. And that earns respect. Part 4. Reclaiming your power through boundaries. Setting boundaries can be intimidating, especially if you're used to being the nice one or if you avoid conflict. But boundaries are essential. They're the backbone of self-respect. Imagine you're a castle and your boundaries are your walls. They don't keep everyone out, but they keep out what isn't healthy for you. By setting boundaries, you're not being difficult. You're simply protecting your peace, your time, and your self-respect. Here's how you can start setting boundaries. Begin with small steps. For instance, if you're always the one saying yes to last-minute plans, practice saying, "Let me check my schedule instead." Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines for how you deserve to be treated. Part 5. Cultivating a life beyond one person. A fulfilling life is built on a foundation of purpose, passion, and interests beyond any single relationship. When you rely on one person for all your happiness, you lose sight of your own potential. But when you have a life full of meaning, you're naturally respected because you're not dependent on anyone's approval. Imagine you're an artist, a craftsman of your own life. If you spend all your energy trying to perfect one relationship, you miss the bigger masterpiece that you could be creating. That's what it's like when you neglect your dreams for someone else. Take time to cultivate hobbies, build friendships, and work on personal goals. It could be as simple as joining a club, taking up a new hobby, or setting fitness goals. The more you invest in yourself, the more your confidence and self-respect will grow. Part 6. Embracing detachment with grace. This next step is one of the hardest yet most rewarding. Detachment. Detachment isn't about not caring. It's about caring without getting lost in the ups and downs of others' behavior. Start small. When someone reacts in a way that triggers you, instead of internalizing it, remind yourself that you control your own response. Detachment is about letting go of the need for others to act a certain way to make you feel okay. Epictetus taught that we can control our own thoughts and actions, not others. Remember that principle as you navigate relationships. The more you detach from the need for validation, the more respect you naturally command. Part 7. The ultimate power of self-respect. Self-respect is the cornerstone of everything we've talked about in this series. It's not about arrogance or demanding control. It's about valuing yourself enough to expect the best from yourself and others. Respect is something you cultivate from the inside, and when you hold yourself to that standard, you'll find that people around you follow suit. Thank you for watching and joining me on this journey. Remember, respect begins with you. If this message resonates, leave a comment saying, "I choose self-respect," and share this series with someone who could use this empowering journey. Until next time, live with dignity, confidence, and strength.